there we go. How's it going, everybody? My name is Mattshotcha. I'm your lead community developer here at Gun Media, and today is Beyond. It's Tuesday, so for those of you who don't know, on Tuesdays we run a show called Beyond, where we talk about everything going on in the world of gun media, everything we're working on, you know, whether it's Friday the 13th, Layers of Fear, or who knows what else. So basically, today we've got an update on Friday the 13th, the game. Before we get into that, first off, I want to apologize. I think it was AJ who said, I'm just here for Matt's glorious hair, and it's raining in Kentucky today. So, sorry, buddy. But let's get our hellos out of the way. Let me get that off the screen. No, tablet, what are you doing? Let's get our hellos out of the way real quick. Black Shadow, 135, Kino, the Tender Defender, Frankie Caliber, Screamer Chaotix, Wolfpack, Greg Walsh, Justin, True Green, Galaxy Graves, Game Playing Guru, Jerry H, B, Smokey, Freelock Robert, oh man, Kenneth Wise, Zerxin, Leon Outlaw, Babysitter Killer, Jester, Firebird, AR Johnson, how's it? There you go, AJ works good. The Dark God, what up? M. McGinn, Frillakuma, Ender King, Oxtail Impala, Big Fancy, Mixed Stream Live, TFR84, Mad Eye Yokai, Savage Grim. A lot of you are tuning in today. Is there a reason? Is it maybe because we've been telling everybody you don't want to miss this one? Probably. How's it going? Mighty Mouse Gaming, Tyler, Mr. Wonderful. How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? Bad Girl, what's up? Let's see here. Yeah, we got a busy chat today. Tracy Doll's here. How's it going, Tracy Doll? Hey, Matt, Oxtail Impala says, what's up, Oxtail Impala? And then Mixed Stream Live says, in quotations, early this week. Hey, Mixed Stream Live, that's a good shot. A good shot at the trolley. Hey, Mad Moxie's here. Hey, Peanut. That's a good shot at the trolley, but I wanted to let you know it is now 3:07, right? 3:07 Eastern Standard Time, Eastern Summer Time. It's Eastern Time. I can't figure out this farmers and the crops and the daylight and the whatever. Somebody said Creep Show? Yeah, Creep Show, man. The new Creep Show, too, with Greg Nicotero. Pretty dope. Yeah, so early this week, it is now 3:07 Eastern Time, and I just want to let you know that on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, the patch taking care of the interaction issue that was leading to counselors being able to elevate themselves to areas they're not supposed to go, like the roof at Packanack. That's been fixed and rolling out now on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. So, while we have all of you here in the stream chat, your consoles at home are like, hey, man, download this update. Yeah. So, basically, the update is going live now on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Now, for those of you who are playing on PC, I'm sure you probably are like, wait, hold up. He didn't say PC. You're right. I didn't. I did not say PC. And that's because, as we described to you guys, now I see people talking in chat. I'm going to get to the questions in chat, I promise, but I want to get this out of the way. As we had discussed in the last few weeks of Beyond, you know, while the team's been working on this, this situation has been a fix it as soon as possible, with it being 100% stable and intact. But it's been a fix as soon as possible kind of status on this issue. So, we got our final testing and cert and all the things done for PlayStation and Xbox. And we had a moment where we were like, well, PC is going to be run through the testing today. We can launch on Xbox and PlayStation, or we can hold it for the PC. And we felt like that, you know, as soon as possible means as soon as possible, as soon as it's ready. So since it was ready on PlayStation and Xbox, that's going out to you guys now, basically. For the PC, I don't want you guys to get too worried about it. We're not saying PC is going to be next week. PC is in the process of its testing now, and it should be done and ready and pushed out to you guys on the PC platform the absolute latest Thursday. So, basically what that is basically, can you download it now on PS4? You can, Bad Girl. Now remember, these patches, they roll out in kind of phases. So if you don't have it just yet, just give it a little bit of time, but it's live on that platform. It's just a matter of sometimes different regions take a minute to get it. So as far as PC goes, like I said, guys, that final phase of testing where we go through and we make sure that we haven't, you know, tampered with anything else or thrown anything else out of whack that we were talking about last stream, that phase is in process on PC now. We want to make sure that we give that testing team a good full 24 hours to really poke around and try and break the hell out of it. So, you know, currently we're looking at Thursday. most likely Thursday morning. And yeah, so, you know, we should be in good shape by then. So, again, apologies to the PC players. It's not a matter of we took, you know, longer to do yours. This is just how it happens. It's in stages, and that stage is what we're on right now. But rather than keep the people on PlayStation and Xbox in the cold on the whole thing until Thursday, we'll just roll it out now, considering the differences in those platforms anyway. So, now that that's out of the way, Maro Jr., how's it going? One and only Bon, what's up, Bon? Now that that's out of the way, what kind of camera are you using? We're using Blackmagic's. What happens with the roof? Just joined. Basically, what went on is the roof, and the reason I'm trying to stay away from talking about the roof is simply because, oh, thanks for the sparks there. Look at all them sparks flying around. The reason I'm trying to stay away from the topic being the roof is because communications, from a communications standpoint, guys, there's been a disconnect. And, you know, that's on us. We set the communications with you guys in the community. The roof glitch is not the story. That's, again, I've said it a few times on Reddit. I've said it a few times here in the stream, and I've said it on socials plenty. The roof situation is more of the symptom and not the disease. The disease is what they're doing in order to get that slingshot action that you see. For those of you who don't know, the players were interacting with a bear trap. That was 99% of the time the situation. They're interacting with a bear trap, and then they would take off, and they'd get to a certain point, and they would get those interaction buttons and to show up on screen again. And when you hit them, it tries to pull you back to the point you were at, which, because of elevations and such on Packanack, happens to be the roof. Now, the reason I don't want to keep calling it the roof glitch is because the interaction shouldn't work that way. That's not how that should go. You shouldn't be able to walk away from an interaction and have it pull you back over. So that's the underlying issue that the team started looking into, those interactions getting stuck like that. Now, through the process of looking into that, obviously we uncovered more than just that one simple method, and the team spent the time and combed through it. Now, I know that a lot of you guys have been upset about the timing of this patch and how long it's taken, but again, after what went on, those of you, I see a lot of our regulars here in the chat. They know what I'm about to be, you know, about what I'm about to say. After what went on with the last patch and the situation with this same bug behavior, we didn't want to rush it through anything. We wanted to make sure that we did the due diligence, got underneath. And I mean, we're not talking about putting a new roof on the house. We went through the 3rd floor, 2nd floor, 1st floor, and basement to make sure that we got everything cleaned out, flushed out, figured out. So yes, it took a little longer. It did. That's kind of the situation, though. Rather than risk having something get out to you guys that was not as good of you know, the best foot forward that we could do, we figured we'd take our time and make sure that we comb through all of this stuff. So we're pretty happy. We're super confident with the situation now. I really hope that you guys get in there, hammer on this thing, and let's see how it goes. We're confident, but again, you know, millions of players, however many of you there are out there, 1 or 1 million doesn't really matter. However many there are of you out there that spend every day in this game, you're gonna, you know, there's gonna be times where you find things that the team doesn't quite sniff up to as quick, and that's why, you know, now it's rolled out. We're confident in it, but hopefully everything will go well for you guys. Guys, there's a bigger fish to fry, and it's well done right now. Yeah. Basement? Yeah, I said basement. What? Do you not know what a basement is? How's it going, Cyber Tiger? Tiger, how are you? So even Jason's slingshot is fixed? Yes, bad girl. That's the situation there. With the concept of fix the disease, not the symptom. By fixing said disease, we are basically we're eliminating the opportunity for Jason to use a similar thing. Because believe it or not, as much as it was a counselor with a bear trap and with Jason it was some other thing, once you start combing down through the layers of code, they're actually very related. And so that's why it's been so important. We've had these discussions where we say we don't want to put a kill box on the roof. We don't want to make the roof hollow or magic or the moon or whatever else has been suggested, because that's only fixing the issue there. You know, this methodology could be used to slingshot you on top of almost anything that gave the right parameters in game. So rather than allow, you know, that to continue and allow it to be a matter of 2 weeks from now, you guys find a new spot to slingshot up onto, we got to fix the actual method that's allowing that behavior to happen. So yes, in with that is Jason. Any time frame on environmental kills glitching. If counselor gets killed and then escapes, it makes you wait full 20 minutes. Environmental kills are something that the team is definitely looking at next. We understand how that, changes the gameplay experience for you guys. While it's a little different, obviously the roof thing came first, and that's because that's a plague. That was a plague on the game. The situation with environmental kills, yes, that is high priority. It's something the team's looking at. I can't guarantee that will be next, but I know the team is going to resume that bug list that we have, and that is on there, and that's pretty high up at the top. So, is anything else going to be fixed along with the interaction glitch, like the cars being flipped and Victoria's pants? Cars? No. Cars are a bigger issue, and that has to do with the physics of the car itself. That may turn out to be something similar to this roof situation, the interaction situation. We may start needling around in there and find so much more under the surface that the team has to comb through. So cars, no, but the pants are fixed. So there are some other fixes coming with the roof glitch. They're mainly, the main things that are coming with it, first off, it's all interaction stuff, and some of it is way underneath in the code. But then there's a couple of other little odds and ends that the team, had a lead on prior, and we buttoned up and we packaged in with this thing. So there is more to it. We'll have full patch notes on our forums. Those are forums.f13game.com. We'll have the full patch notes up on the forums. We will share a link on our socials, which is at Friday 13th Game on Twitter. And we'll also share it on Facebook as well, the Friday 13th Game Facebook, as soon as we have those posted. We're currently fixing up those patch notes, and we'll be putting them out by the end of the day. Let's see here. Is there any news on the lawsuit? No, there is no news on the lawsuit. I missed the floral pants. Well, we'll get that fixed. Can't wait for the Nintendo Switch game. Nintendo Switch game. Yeah, let's talk about the Nintendo Switch. Hey, how's it going, Charmin Xsoft? What's up, buddy? Nintendo Switch, yes. The Friday the 13th, the game launches on Nintendo Switch, August 13th. There's a physical and a digital version. Physical version in the US launches on the 13th. The physical version in the UK is pushed to September 13th. But the digital version in both regions is August 13th. So, yeah. Basically, you can pick up Friday the 13th on Switch, throw it in your Switch. We actually have our copies already here at the office. I played a little bit yesterday. So, yeah, Friday the 13th, the game on Switch comes out August 13th. You guys got to check it out. It's a lot of fun to be able to take this game on the go with you. Yeah, and we're pretty proud of how it looks as well. Let's see here. I'm so hyped for it. Love y'all's game. Thanks, True Green. I still play the original Nintendo game of F13. Whoa! Is there going to be any balance changes this patch, or is it just going to be bug fixes? It's going to this patch focuses on the situation with the interactions that were leading to the roof situation and some smaller bug fixes. There's no balancing in this patch. Me and my friends are buying it on Switch and going on a road trip. There you go. So, Matt, when can I come hang out at the office? We are up to our ears in busy right now. So, I don't know, man. We got to do some kind of cool. Well, Scarefest is coming up, right? Seraph says, looking to sink more hours into the Switch version. Awesome. If anyone is looking for news on the lawsuit, I believe it's Friday the 13th franchise on Twitter. Yeah, they have been keeping a pretty detailed eye on it. It's, for all intents and purposes, as far from where we're sitting, it's unchanged. I hate to be that way, but that's, I'm a realist. A couple of you guys have hammered on me recently on socials for being a realist. But I'm a realist, guys, and the situation's unchanged as far as, our game is concerned. How's it going, Sushi Monster? Any news on giving away those posters? You replied to me on Twitter saying you might. Which posters? Could we get double XP week? Oxtail and Powell, there will probably be a double XP week coming very soon with the Switch launch coming up. We don't want to hammer on these things, though. Usually when we do a patch with like what we're rolling out today on PlayStation and Xbox, we don't want to run a double XP event coinciding. That's enough poking around for one period of time. So once the dirt settles from this, PC has their update, then maybe we'll think about doing a little something for double XP, possibly to coincide with the Switch launch, get those folks up and running. You heading back to work? Take care, Resolute Blood. Let's see here. Matt, when are you going to hop on Xbox One and play F13 with me, Tweak, and Dr. Netta? whenever you want, man. You got to jump in the Discord and let me know. Perk rework still going to be a thing. Badass Gixer, perk rework is something that currently is not off the table, but at the same time, we've got some things we want to get through, namely environmental situations. The team has to have a look at the car physics. We've got some things we have to get through. Well, now that this whole situation with the roof is kind of, you know, in the place that it is, we're rolling out our patches and we'll have PC soon. The team can kind of take a look at everything. We can take a look at the big picture again and kind of work that priority again, and we'll have some updates on what that means and what comes next and all of that in the days and weeks to come. But as of right now, I can't really confirm what is next, what is on the list, what isn't. I know perk rework hasn't been scrapped, which is important to note because there's a big difference between we haven't gotten to it yet and it's tossed. If it were to become, you know, a situation of it being out the door, then we'd let you know. So when is the update being released? Sorry if you already answered, just joining in. It's actually live now. So basically restart your platform. If you're on PC though, we're in our final testing phase of just the PC platform, and we're hoping to have that up by early Thursday. So if you're on PlayStation or Xbox, it's live now as of 3 p.m. So as of 22 minutes ago. Let's see here. Yes, update is now. Yeah, how will voice chat work on the Switch version? Actually, Seraph, that's a pretty cool question. Voice chat on Switch goes through a system called Vivox. And now Vivox, I actually know of Vivox from back when I was on The Division over at Ubisoft still. It's how we did the proximity chat. Vivox, though, is pretty great. Vivox worked on the Switch for Fortnite and a couple of other games similar, you know, large games like that. And so they have this service bundled in. And so basically Vivox is going to facilitate chat via the in-game, you know, chat usage. It's proximity and walkie-talkies. That's the word I was looking for, walkie-talkie. Rogue life, that's right, bro. Do environmental kills work now? The environmental kill situation is not in this patch. It's something that the team's looking into, rather. Irene, yes. Man, it's weird seeing that command not work, Bike. Is there coming crossplay to the game? Crossplay would be cool. It's not a super high priority. Right now, we're just focusing on having a good Switch launch. So we'd have to keep an eye out for that. Who's your favorite counselor? That's a tough one, man. I really like Deb. I hate to say it, but I like Deb being able to repair something without it being a whole thing. And I've never been good at those kind of skill checks. I always suck at them. So Deb, you know, she takes a lot of the pain out of that. I like Deb. I like Fox a lot, too. Fox is pretty good. Depends on what you're going for. Shifty Samurai said, disappointed because I didn't say AJ. I knew you'd be in here, and I knew you'd be looking for AJ. That Gun Media support. Deb is my favorite. That's got to be Mel. Hey, and by the way, quick shout out, Mighty Mel running the production duties on the other side of that wall while Rob is out. And we got Raj Mahal on the other side of that wall handling the chat. I appreciate it. My man Adam, yes, Adam is good too. I like Adam. Who would win in a fight, Jay or Silent Bob? Ben would, that's who. True Exile. What about True Exile? What? Ever consider reworking some of Jason's perks? Grip strength and swim speed really don't seem all that pertinent. Heretic Exile. I have seen a ton of feedback on the forums and Reddit and socials. And it's been reported, and we've talked about it internally, but again, it's kind of where it falls out right now, right? And there's other situations that the team wants to look at, and that's kind of been the case up until now. And as far as perk reworks, Jason reworks and their skill and attribute reworks, they're not so blindingly off that they would kind of supersede some of the things we have going on. So, phew, barely made it. Goonsy, how you doing, bud? Can we get a higher chance on getting legendary perks if you're level 150? I don't know that it would work like that. It would probably be more about taking a look at the entire perk system if we do jump into that. But, you know, that's a pretty deep swimming pool, if you know what I mean. Ever consider got that one. I know this may be low priority, but is there a potential that you could take out Counselor's ability to suicide? It's just that I get tons of Jasons who were supposed to get an 8K, but doesn't because some people get salty and suicide. You know, it's tough because the suicide situation has to kind of be there to keep counselors in check and keep counselors from being reckless. So, like, you know, too many jumps through windows and things like that and just kind of playing recklessly. So it's tricky. That's a tough one. We did take away the main motivator, which was coming back as Tommy. But again, you know. Let's see here. We had something else on Mixer I wanted to get to. I feel like I miss a lot of Mixer things. How did people get Savini Jason as a low level? That's a good question, Oxtail and Paula. I would ask you to send that over to jasonkillsbugs.com. I haven't seen quite that. Need more slots for perks. I would like to have one slot for each type so I don't have to choose one over another. It's been discussed. Can't keep going through broken windows all nimbly bimbly. That's right. Well, I look like a cat. Give Jason the kill count on suicides. That's a pretty cool idea. I like that, Gixer. Can we get, like, new content? Unfortunately, no. The status of content in Friday the 13th, the game is unchanged. If you are wondering about the situation with content, and if you're looking to get up to speed, you can type !content into the chat. That'll take you to our content FAQ. Who said sup, Mr. T? Oh, there's Mr. T Run. How's it going, man? Are there patch notes? Yes, the patch notes will be live on our forums. As soon as this stream wraps, we're going to go finalize them, and I'll get them typed up and plugged into the forums, and we'll share them out on social also at Friday 13th Game on Twitter and our Facebook page for Friday the 13th Game. But otherwise, they're forums.f13game.com, and they'll be up there. Let's see here. Favorite Jason? My favorite Jason is probably part 3 or part 2. Part 2, man. Part 2 is rough. I feel like I do better with part 3. But I just like part 2 Jason. Even outside of the game and movies, part 2 Jason, I don't know, there's a soft spot for the original Jason, the sackhead Jason. It's game sharing's how they're getting Savini Jason? Hell yeah, J3. Right, Guru, honestly, watching you play Jason Part 3, I was like, holy shit, I have miles to go until I'm decent with Jason. But I like to think I'm pretty all right with Part 3 Jason. But yeah, I remember that. You are a Part 3 guy. Part 3 is best? Yeah, there you go. Potato Sack Jason. Right, Keno the Tender Defender. I have a soft spot for Sackhead. I don't know, man. He's my dude. Let's see. Victoria's clothing bug. What about Victoria's? Oh, Victoria's clothing will be fixed. Yes, Victoria's clothing is fixed. Can we get a Tommy play card so we see his perks and stats? I don't know that there would be any purpose to that. Tommy doesn't have perks. Part 7 is my favorite. Awesome. Rest in peace, Steve Dash. 100%. The real Part 2 Jason. Town That Feared Sundown Jason, right? Dude, not a lot of people know about that movie. And yeah, I watched the original and the remake back to back. I don't know, it was before I worked here. I was still in North Carolina. But I was late to it as well. It was only like a year or two ago. And yeah, a lot of people don't know about that, but that's basically Sackhead Jason. Sweet Creepshow shirt, can't wait for the show. Same, man, I'm dying. What about more HP? Do you mean mask HP? That's something the team is looking into. My fave, you hit part 9, I hate part 3. Oh man, I like don't hate on part 3. Nilsson. What's up? Savini is the best. Savini's good. I like Savini, but I'm not the best with the Jasons that can't run. Hey, by the way, guys, I see a lot of you guys tagging Wes. I'm not Wes. Just a quick heads up. Hey, my name's Matt. Definitely not Wes. Don't have a mustache. My name's Matt. I'm my own human being. It's pretty cool. It's been all right. Give Jason more mask health? Yes, Guru, that's something the team's been talking about. Definitely something the team has been talking about and considering. But again, you know, that's kind of, now that we're on the other side of this roof thing, we can start kind of reevaluating the situation there. Let's see here. Part 5 is the best? I don't know about that. Part 3 is when you got the hockey mask. That's right. Is the roof glitch still working? No, not as of today. Roy is my favorite Jason. That sentence alone is so problematic. This man's mustache is metal. Completely different dude. That's right. But you know, you gotta love when people show up and they're like, hey Wes, how's it going? And I'm like, I'm not Wes. Matt, when will we be able to get the pocket knife on Crystal Lake Small? What? I'm not sure I follow. Part 3 is one of my favorites. Brooker killed it, humanized the character. I like Sassy Jason in Part 3. If you watch Part 3, right after he does the harpoon kill on what's her name? Val? Is her name Val? Am I messing that all up? I feel like her name's Val, the girl in the red pantsuit. She kind of like shuts down Shelly, and then he goes to the barn and gets killed, and then Jason comes down with the harpoon gun, and she's trying to get his wallet out of the water. He shoots her with the harpoon gun, and then like he does this like sassy shoulder thing like this, and then turns all like super runway Jason. And I don't know, I can't unsee it now, and I love it. But yeah, a lot more like body language with that Jason for sure. You can always get a PK on Crystal Lake Small. That is confusing, right? You know, sometimes I think they throw me curveballs just to mess with me. Runway Jason, I dig it, right? Part 4 gets no love. Part 4 is pretty good. Vera, that's it, Screamer, thank you. Not Val, Vera. Bring back the wooden pitchfork from the PAX trailer. You're going way back, my dude. Super Runway Jason, new emote. Oh my God. Jason emotes will never happen, but if they were to ever happen, I feel like I would be making a hard vote for Runway Jason. Could you all add more single-player challenges? Unfortunately, no. That falls under the same category as content. Her name's Chris Higgins. No, that's that's somebody else. F-13, the game, too, could be possible. I don't know about that, mainly because F-13, the game, covers the bulk of the franchise. The amount that's left over, and again, this is something that I would love to carry this conversation on the forums. We've actually gone into it there. When I say this, I don't mean that it has everything in it, but it has the bulk of the franchise, and what's left over to be its own standalone game is there's not a lot new there to still add, so I don't know that Part 2 would make sense. I understand your intention in keeping the killer exclusive, but what about the pitchfork as an equipable weapon? I don't know. You know, that falls under the category of super low priority and super low payout for the amount of time invested, but it's pretty interesting. Is there a double XP event on the horizon? Yes, I can guarantee there is a double XP event on the horizon. How soon? I'm not 100% sure. We want to make sure that everything goes smoothly with this current patch before we start, hey, double XP and, you know, everything else. So we're going to let everything let the dust settle on this current patch, and we'll see how things go. If that takes us up around the Switch launch, you'll probably see one right around then. If there's a good bit of time still, which, I mean, the days are running out already, but if there's a good bit of time still, maybe we'll get 2 in there. But yes, there's definitely one coming up. Now, there was a static spawn for a knife on Crystal Lake Small that never allowed you to pick it up, but I'm sure you fixed it patches ago because I was able to pick it up. Gotcha. I think sometimes you can pick it up and sometimes you can't. If you're talking about on the bench, isn't there one that's on a bench? I'm not sure. But anyhow, yes, I would have to check on that. I'm not 100% sure that is fixed. I think it may be a little bit infrequent, like it's not a 100% never can pick it up kind of thing. Jason needs huge buff because he is too weak against good group. Imp Mech, I mean this in no disrespect to you, but I just want all the people who are saying revert rage change to hear me again when I say this. Jason needs a huge buff because he is too weak against a good group. I think he is pretty weak against a good group. I think the mask situation, maybe there's something there. We're still looking at it. And again, I'm not mocking you at all. I just know that there's 2 schools of thought on this. There's a group of people who are like, hey man, rage was too much. And there's a group of people who are like, nah, he's still not strong enough. So yeah, the bench, yeah, it's like a chair, never mind. I know where you're talking about. It's a campsite, if I'm not mistaken. Not bench, right? Double XP to add to millions to buy nothing? I'm not sure what you mean. I don't know that I follow. Packanack window that drops you onto a chair and gets you stuck. It's really annoying. I'll have to look into that one. I believe that's been reported, and I'm not 100%. I gotta check on that one for you. But yeah, gun media support may know better than me. Let's see here. If there is double XP and you put the XP farmer on, will you get triple XP? I don't think it's quite triple. I'm not sure. What's the numbers on farmer again? Have you all ever thought about letting us start the game maskless in bots? Oof. I don't know why that would matter. I don't know that the bots aren't really programmed to go after the kill. They're programmed to escape because that's the main gameplay condition, the main win condition, rather. Why can't we get AJ's dance emote in single-player challenge on Pinehurst? Oh. I would have to check with the support team on that. I believe the perk provides 5%, right? So you wouldn't get triple. That math doesn't jive. Gun Media Support, if you can jump in also on the situation with the, are you saying, where is it? King JT? Are you saying that it doesn't unlock for you? Because that's something that we would need to make sure is reported. Rage update was kind of bad. Yes, Jason needed a big buff, but that wasn't the way to do it. You should really consider reversing that and coming up with something better. For starters, the mask health. Gameplay and Guru, I politely disagree. I think that the rage change is a building block, and I think that the rage change was important to make there be more of a penalty for beating up on Jason. That's the part of this that a lot of people don't really seem to want to, it's not understand, but they're not on board with. If you hit Jason with a baseball bat, he's going to get mad. There's got to be some type of payout for that, for the Jason player. The idea being, Jason is Jason, and you guys are just teenage counselors. So the idea that you can run up to him and hit him with a bat and there be zero consequence, and that changes the outlook of the game, none, that's a bit much. So the idea of, rage piling up and every hit mattering, and then once you get him to rage, now he's taken away that resource, like the resource of being able to hit him and stun him, right? The more you use it, the closer you get to it being taken away. So it's actually, if you think about it, it is the logical conclusion to how do you take the crutch on the one side and flip it to the other, and that's kind of how that goes. If the crutch is you can stun him and knock him on his back and he can't do anything about it, if you do that too often, that crutch needs to be taken away out from under you toward the late game if you haven't yet escaped. Rage buff makes Jason's mask easier to come off. Yes, and that's something that we're looking into. That's separate of what I'm discussing. You can still beat up on Jason, take his mask, and kill him before he hits rage. Some folks can. If you can still beat up on Jason, take his mask, and kill him before he hits rage, then I don't see why we need to revert the rage change. Those two statements don't jive. Yeah, but you look out one of the three way to play the game, survive the night. Yeah, that's true too. But surviving the night is not about hitting him all night. Is the random mixed match Jason fixed when you start a match? That's something that the team is still looking into. That's random counselor. Excuse me, I got to take a drink. My voice is going. Okay, random counselor. That's something that the team is looking into. I know that's pretty high up on our list. It's something that we'll be looking into real soon. Again, we need to do a full assessment on prioritization and such. Leave the rage update. It's amazing. Is there a chance to get 100% on a perk? I don't believe there's a chance for it to go quite that high. The bots are only programmed to run against walls and hide under beds. Yeah, or fix things and escape, Fancy. Wait, is the lawsuit over? I thought you weren't allowed to do any more updates. We are allowed to update the game. We just are not allowed to add content. For more details on the situation with content in Friday the 13th, the game, you can type !content in the chat, and that'll take you to our FAQ on it. But we are most definitely allowed to do bug fixes and balance changes. Could the level cap ever possibly be increased? It's possible. It's something that we're discussing. Again, I can still fight Rage Jason because it is easy. So again, not a whole bunch of reason to turn it around. Matt, I agree with you, but I also have to agree with Guru. The game is not challenging, and by you giving no stun after Rage makes low stamina characters pretty much useless. Please give Jason more HP, but reduce stun time by 75%, or even 90% to give some type of chance. Weapons shouldn't be useless after Rage, especially when there are tons of weapons. Dracarius, again, the team has heard that kind of feedback. We've heard feedback about specific counselors, specific weapons, specific items, and that's all going into the greater kind of, the greater mixture here. What that's going to look like when and if that comes out to you guys, we're not there yet. So basically, keep the feedback coming. We hear you guys. We're not brushing you off. We're not saying, forget it. No, it's staying just as it is. We are still taking a look at things. We're still working through things. Let's see. Yeah, but he's going to get rage before even get down to 7 minutes. That's if you don't hit him. Yes. Surviving the night is still kind of, that's a little more, a little more lower end on the win condition. Someone catch me up. Did he say when the update is coming out? You tagged me in it. You don't have to call me he. You tagged me. Yeah, the update's out today on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It will be out Thursday at the latest on PC. The team is still running through the final test phase on PC, so yes. I agree with the rage. You can't just beat on Jason. I hear you. This is important. I play with a friend now. F13 in part 3. Shift recharge after 10 seconds. That is broken. You got to reword that. I'm not sure I understand. I think Dracarius has a great point. Yeah. And Guru, I think that there's... But you see, Guru, again, totally harmonious discussion here. You see how his point is more about dialing back some things, twisting some knobs. The idea of reverting rage, that's a no. Just completely undoing that rage change, that's a no. Tweaking the knobs, turning and tuning and working on things, yes, there's possibility there, and we love hearing that feedback. We're not just going to undo the change because we still stand by it as far as core design and creative is concerned. I know, Guru, you're a busy guy. You missed a few streams here and there, but we've talked recently about core design and gameplay. Basically, the change to rage is made at a core design level, meaning that is something ingrained in the identity of the game now. That change, the idea that there's penalties and repercussions for beating on Jason is something that is a core part of the design of the game. So undoing it is not a thing. It'd be like putting a tutu on Jason. It's just not a thing that's going to happen. So while the rage change is here to stay, we do want to hear your feedback, though, guys. We recognize that you guys spend so much time in this game, and you have lots of great ideas. We want to hear them, keep them coming, and we'll revisit it once we get to that point. I want your shirt. Creepshow is amazing. Bright Rags Random Limited. That is a great shirt, though. The new Creep. Why don't you make it harder to achieve rage? Many more hits and later into the game. That would be pretty much undoing the change. I'd pay for a tutu. Thetox, easy, bud. Let's see here. Rage kicks in 15 minutes into the game. Is this really carrying over from Reddit? It does not. Me and friends have killed Jason while in rage, so he is not unkillable in that mode. No, of course not, Babysitter Killer. He's definitely not. I play with my friend, and he is part 3 Jason, and his shift recharges in 10 seconds. That's not right. So what will you guys be working on next? Thursday the 12th. We are not even done with what we're working on now. Maybe let us finish that one off. We're going to take a look at the drawing board again, take a look at the prioritization, and we'll have more news on that once we get there. Let's let this patch get into the wild and see how things go first before we start talking about that. We also have the Switch launch coming up. We have other things coming up as well. We'll have news on what we're working on soon. How are you doing today, pal? I'm doing good, Mr. Jason Voorhees. I want more traps for part 9, part 7, part 4. Show them some love, please. Marrow Jr., again, that kind of thing, possible, but at this point, low priority and unlikely. Isn't good to see all these people still enjoying... Isn't good? Are you saying it isn't good to see people enjoying the game? Mr. T, what, man? I think you mean, isn't it good? But yes, it is. Could you maybe have specific weapons? That's another one that we've heard. It's a possibility. Again, I don't want to confirm anything at this time because we've got to take a bigger look at this, guys. Can I get a quick rundown of the rage change that's going on? The rage, like a record count. I missed that. King J-Tech, please bring that back. Multicolored Jason should be a DLC. I think you realize we can't do any DLC, but yeah. You just want the muffin top. Wait, what? Matt, can we get Tiffany Cox's clothing as merch? Matt, why don't Jason's traps pip the car's tires? Oh, boy. You want to talk about making Jason too strong? If you could pop car tires, I think people would be upset with us. If you don't hit Jason once in a match and instead let him reach rage regularly, it will be 14 to 15 minutes into the match before he does. I'm 99 and 9/10% sure it's about 10 minutes into the match, but now you guys are starting to make me doubt it. I have to leave. Thanks for the update, Matt. Thanks for stopping in, M-Chaps. Janitor Tony, I would like to see a different spawn location for Jason's cabin and phone houses. Huh? I'm not sure I follow. There's multiple spawn locations. I'm not sure. Can you please release the Bumblebee shorts for Tiffany? We can't. That's content. Can you still flip cars with knives? It is possible. It's not a 100% the car flips with a knife, but it is possible. There's some physics things going on the team's looking into. Can you make the game more fun by block some techniques that players use to glitch themselves, or use witchcraft by pressing R3, holding all buttons? What the hell? Oh, the slide. That's something the team is looking into. See, now we got all kinds of... Now we have all kinds of different answers. Not true, it is 10 minutes. No, it's 12 minutes. There's 2 minutes. It's more than 10. Yeah, I think we need to just jump in and give this a shot. Hey, Matt, why didn't old Ralph was in the game before he died? Matt's a witch. What is going on in the chat? That's my own team saying I'm a witch. What did I do? It's easy to flip cars with knives. It's not 100% reproduction, though. It's 30 minutes. Jason Storm says it's 30 minutes. I heard it was 45. Part 3, Jason recharged his shift in 8 seconds. Please remove this. I don't know about that one. Guys, we're going way off the reservation here. We've lost the plot. I tell you what we're going to do. Mel, who I can hear through our internal comms, if we're good to, on the fly, give away some steel cases, we'll do one on Twitch, one on Mixer. How are we doing on that, Mel? Mel and Raj, can we make that happen? We're going to give it 1 minute, and then we're going to give away some stuff. Make sure you don't go nowhere, folks. I'll get through some more questions. Mel's going to give me a heads up when we're good. We're going to give away a steelbook for the game. Now, for those of you who don't know, the steelbook does not include the game. It is the steelbook collector's case for the game. You can get this in the mail, pop your case in there, close it, have a fancy thing. You can just put it up on the shelf. And yeah, so one on Twitch, one on Mixer. We'll give away a steelbook at the end of this because it's a good day, man. You know, the counselors are getting off of the roof and getting back to camping. Things are good. The Goon says, please, Mel and Raj. Yeah. Steelbook! Exclamation point. Let's go. Just want to thank you and everyone that has been involved in making the game and still supporting it after not being able to provide new content. It's one of my all-time favorite games. Zombie Slayer, thank you so much for that. We have a good time. We goof around. I really appreciate that, though. All of you guys that tune in all the time, hang out, and continue to support us, we really appreciate it. Let's see here. Matt is a duck. What is happening, dude? Steelbook would be awesome. Yeah, we're gonna roll those out soon. Mel's gonna let us know, and we're gonna roll those out. How do you guys plan on supporting F13 on Switch? Certainly, the Wi-Fi signal won't be strong using hotspot on the go. Yes, there's also first off, there's the option of offline challenges, right? But we can't really build for the variety in hotspots. So basically, the game functions with Wi-Fi. The signal strength and the situation, I mean, we're not the maker of the hotspot. I hate to be that way, but if you connect to the internet, you can get in game. What your ping will be, that kind of stuff, that's kind of dependent on your internet device, and that's not really something we can kind of plan for. You guys are the best, Matt. Thanks, Wolfpack. Let's see. Have you heard of this guy on the forums? I have not. I'll have to take a look. Are you aware of some of the exploits that can only be done with a controller, like sideways shifting? I believe we've seen that. That's the slide thing that's been reported. The team is looking into that, but again, that kind of fell to the wayside. We have this other stuff going on that we're rolling out today with the roof situation, which is actually a big underlying interaction issue. Maybe we'll be able to get back to that now that that's out of the way. We have to look at our prioritization. We have to look at our bug list and see what falls out where. Will the new Predator carry some of the same elements? I don't know. Mr. T, here's a little fun fact for you. Gun Media is not a part of the Predator project, so all of you guys that are going and cursing at us about Predator things on Twitter, please don't. We're not working on the Predator game. That's an Ilphonic game, and honestly, it looks dope, but I don't have any details on it. I can't provide you any information, and anything that I say would be pure speculation, and that's not fair to do to them. So I would reach out to Ilphonic and see what's what with the Predator game. Predator game's pretty dope. Mixstream Live won a steelbook. There you go. Wait, isn't Mixstream Live? Wait, Mixstream Live is early next week, and now you got yourself a steelbook. See, maybe you take that back. Take that back. Matt, will Wes join the Tuesday streams? Wes joins when he can. Currently, Wes is a pretty busy guy, but Wes joins when he can. Giveaway draw. Galaxy Graves was drawn from the giveaway. All right, Galaxy Graves, way to go. Dude, Gary, getting a steelbook. Let's go. Are the traps set by Jason supposed to drain your stamina completely when you step on them? That's a good question. I can't say that I've noticed that. I don't think they are. Have the environmental kill bugs been fixed in this new patch? No, my guy. Hey, my guy. I like that name. No, they have not, but it is definitely, we know without even looking at the list that that's pretty high up there. But again, we have to do that whole assessment of our current, in progress bugs and issues that we're taking a look at. So we'll have more news on that in a coming episode of Beyond. But no, that was not fixed in this one. How is the Grendel map going to differ from other maps? It was going to be the Grendel and not the other maps. Guys, we've covered the topic of going, into the weeds on what content was and wasn't going to be. Number one, it wasn't completed to the point of really being able to flesh all of that out. Number two, that's not really a healthy road to go down. Not for you guys and not for us. That content cannot come out at this point. Oh, and that's another thing. I wanted to mention this real quick. Not too long ago, somebody asked about Jason X and content, and I said that content is never going to see the light of day. Now, I think you guys know some folks have taken that out of context. If you listen to the entire stream, the reason I say that that content is never going to see the light of day is not me being a jerk to you guys or being a big meanie or anything like that. It's because earlier in the stream, we also covered the fact that that content cannot come out now. I like to think that the regular viewers here in chat have heard me cover this whole new content thing to death. We've had Wes in here covering it, me in here covering it, Dan in here covering it. We've covered it. Now, me saying that it's not going to see the light of day is not me being meanie. It's me just being a realist and saying that that content's not going to make it to the game. Things like Jason X, Grendel, that's not making it to the game. So it's not going to see the light of day. Somebody took that outside of context and used that to say, hey, look at how mean this guy is to the stream. I just want you all to know, those who tune in, I'm not being mean. I'm just being honest. I think that, in hindsight, you probably could appreciate my honesty. Whew, man, that's a lot of time dedicated to that. Are people still able to hack Uber Jason, or was that fixed? That was fixed. If you are caught hacking Uber Jason by Easy Anti-Cheat on PC, you will be banned. Do you guys have plans on making a new horror game like F-13, possibly Michael Myers or another horror icon? While I can't confirm anything with anything that Gunn may or may not be doing in the future, Gunn is a horror-focused studio. We love horror movies. We love horror games. If you don't know, we have a live stream on Thursdays called Tales from the Stream, where we hang out on the couch here and we play horror games that we didn't make. Horror games from around the world of the community, the horror games industry. We play all of them, check them all out. We love horror games. So chances are Gunn is sticking with horror. Let's see, I missed another one. You guys have plans on making, oh, I got that one. Can we please break couches? They are my kryptonite. What? Couches are your kryptonite? What happened? You fall asleep? Thanks for another response. Hey, man, of course. We try to get to all of them if possible. Matt, a Nightmare on Elm Street game would be nice. Nightmare on Elm Street game would be fun, right? There's all kinds of stuff you could do with that franchise. Man. Let's see. Forever banned, no reversal, no appeal. What is that? Has Gunn ever played Terrordrome? Oh, I don't think we have. What is Terrordrome? And Shifty, who is forever banned? I don't even see who he's talking to. Oh, it's J-Pops. Okay. We really, really need a quality Michael Myers Halloween game, something with a similar gameplay. Oh, that would be pretty cool. Is there an update coming today or in a few days? PS4 player. There's an update today. It's actually rolling out right now. So if you restart your PlayStation, make sure you close the application all the way. Restart the PlayStation, you should be queued to download. Yeah, basic. Oh, people who hack to get DLC stuff. Yes, 100%. Sorry, the delay threw me off there. Basically, again, let me just hit this update again real quick because there's some folks just tuning in. We wanted to handle the situation with interactions, which was leading to the roof. We wanted to handle it in a as soon as it's ready kind of format. So PS4 and Xbox One are ready, so they rolled out at 3 p.m. Eastern time. PC is in its final phase of testing to make sure that this patch hasn't upset the balance of anything else, hasn't changed anything else, hasn't created any new issues. They're in that testing phase now, and it should be out to you guys no later than Thursday. Thursday, the absolute latest. So yeah, if you're a PS4 player, like you mentioned, jump on and you should have an update. Have you heard of the people creating petition to sue? First off, I'm not a lawyer. I have seen a petition going around, but I'm not a lawyer, so I don't comment on those things. So, yeah. There's people who went to a whole bunch of school to do that kind of stuff, and I'm not one of them. So, gotta know your lane, you know what I mean? Shifty would miss me. You can't deny it, Dan, but we both know the truth. That's right. Matt, Terrordrome was a Mortal Kombat-style fighter with all horror icons. Oh, man. I'm going to Google the hell out of that when I'm done here. Thanks, Matt. Really appreciate the info. As always, take it easy. Thanks, Dark God. Yeah. You broke F-13 again, part 3. He shift every 8 seconds. Now, thanks. You did a pretty good job. Imp Mech, I'm not sure about that. I think you would have to probably report that to Jason Kills Bugs. If you can provide some video, that would be super helpful. I'm just asking if you heard of it. Heard of what, Kenneth Wise? Larry Zerner, ask him how far those... Yeah. But Matt has played a lawyer on TV. Yeah, right. Sure. Matt winked. Matt never winks, but Matt is his new name. Thanks. Thanks, Matt, for the info. Anytime lane shift. I missed that chat moves fast on mobile, but you know that I always got to push the envelope. That's right. What's your fave tattoo? That's a tough one, man. I don't know. Probably this one on my hand. That's a lightning bolt on my hand, and my uncle had it. And my uncle passed away when I was in 2nd grade, and he had that tattoo there. And when I was a kid, I used to, I was a little kid, obviously, back when he was alive. I used to touch the tattoo, and he would go bzz and scare me, you know what I mean? And I just remember it very fondly of him as a kid. And so, like I said, he passed away when I was in 2nd grade. And so as soon as I turned 18, I went and got my lightning bolt, just like his. Man, that's like a sad note. Like it was a long time ago. Trust me, I'm old as dirt. 2nd grade was forever ago. I miss him every day, but not, we don't have to get all bummed out here. No counselors can't get on roofs now, but can Jason? No. How can I buy Gun Media or F-13 merch, like shirts and stuff? F-13 merch you cannot purchase from us. There is no F-13 merch. I'm not sure where that stands as far as the whole situation. And gun merch currently is not up anywhere, but possibly will be in the future. So keep an eye out. Is this against the lawsuit, or would it be possible to lower the rank needed to get all weapons used universally? I'm currently going on my 4th account and would love to use Part 7 with the fire axe. Weapon swapping. I gotcha. Lowering the threshold for weapon swapping is a topic that's come up. We're kind of split on it, and again, it would go into a later update once we take care of some other things first. Let's see. How old are you, Matt? You're like 22, right? I friggin' wish. How old are you? I'm old, man. That info's out there. I don't need to. Thanks for the response. GMH. Love. Oh, Gun Media. There you go. Love the game. We'll play until it's dead. Gunderwear. Let's see here. You're like 27, not old. I'm pretty old. Matt, can we get the counselor's clothing as merch? Oh, man. That would be pretty cool, but I don't know where that lands. Matt, will Amazon have more pre-orders available for F-13 on Switch? That's a great question. Amazon's up on pre-orders. I'll have to look into that for you. I wouldn't want to misspeak because we have a partner that handles physical editions. They're called Nighthawk. They're, excellent people out there on the East Coast. I would have to check with them to see where that all lands out. I want to say yeah, but I don't want to commit because I don't want to be wrong. Dan, Shifty Samurai in chat may know offhand. No, we cannot add Savini Jason anywhere. That was a backer exclusive, and considering how that's supposed to stay rare, those folks that backed us, that's a reward for them. We wouldn't want to undo the fact that it is an actual reward for them by making it available now to just any old buddy. So no, Savini Jason will not be available. Hey, Gun Media, good job today, and to the team for working so hard. Thank you, Galaxy Graves. And congratulations on winning that Steelbook. Part 3 shift, Mech, please report that to jasonkillsbugs.com, buddy. I've read it a few times now. I guess early to late 30s. Late 30s, yeah. What's up, Evil Sea Monkeys? Pre-purchase the game. Any news? Pre-purchase on Switch? It should be up for pre-order on Switch now. Yeah. Oh, petition, that's all. Yes, I have. Let's see here. Shoot, I'm 36. I'm older. Best Buy has pre-order available. There you go. I know Bugsy was named after a backer, I believe, but was he modeled after the backer, or was it just the name? I believe the chap is the same. Yeah, and actually, on our YouTube channel, on the Gun Media YouTube channel, we have all of the past episodes of Beyond. And on one of them, we had Wes in here, and we were reading through Ben, our producer, on the other side of that wall, Ben's character sheets on the characters. We were also talking about where the characters came from, and Wes confirmed there that the characters were modeled after the backers. There was a couple of key younger backers that, you know, they got in, and we asked for a picture of what they looked like in high school, because, you know, that's kind of the age range for the game. And so, yeah, they were modeled after them as well. Which is your favorite Jason in the game? Part 3. Yeah, we talked about that earlier, part 3. I finally made it to another one of your streams again. Awesome, Sea Monkeys. I seen the Sledgehammer kills. Were those ever going to get released post-lawsuit? I don't really know, Michael Myers 2020. I don't know particularly which kill you're talking about. All I know is that if you saw it and it's not in game, chances are it was not 100% finished. And I know that you guys see one video or one clip or one leak or whatever, and you're like, oh, it's done. That doesn't mean that it's done. It doesn't mean that it's not buggy, clipping, horrible, whatever, you know. So yeah, I don't know where that was at, that particular one. I'm not familiar with that Sledgehammer one, but yeah. Didn't have work today, so something smells fishy. In Gun Media Sport, hello, Mel. Didn't have work today, so something smells fishy. What? Was using Bugsy as Mark in single-player challenges due to limitations, or were there plans to actually get Mark added? I don't follow. Regardless on whatever small issues there are in the game, it's still the best game I've played in years. Thanks. Thank you for hanging out, Mr. T. Do you know Papa's Gaming? I do not. All right, gang. Let's see here. You should do a weekend where offline play counts for Jason matches. Woo. All right, gang. I enjoy the rage. Hey, thanks, Kenneth Wise. All right, guys. Patch notes will be up on the forums as soon as we're done here. And on that note, I need to be done here because we're already at the 4 o'clock mark, and I've got patch notes to put up. So, for those of you who don't know, this has been an episode of Beyond, the patch for Friday the 13th that takes care of the interaction lock issue that was leading to, well, the interaction issue that was leading to players being able to slingshot themselves to areas they shouldn't be able to go, like Packanack Roof, has been fixed on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It's rolling out now, started at 3 p.m. Eastern. If you don't have the update, please restart your console. Make sure your game is completely exited first, and then restart your console, and you should get that update. For the PC version, we're running through our final leg of testing now on it, and it should be ready the absolute latest Thursday morning. Speaking of Thursday, we've got another episode of Tales from the Stream coming up on Thursday. I'll be hanging out. We'll be playing some video games. Maybe I'll have a guest, maybe I won't. Like I said, Tuesdays Beyond, Thursdays we've got Tales, both at 3 p.m. Eastern. Thank you guys for tuning in. And please continue the conversation with us at F13Game on Twitter or at forums.f13game.com. And let us know if you see anything post-patch after you get this patch updated. And please let us know how the game is running and everything else. We really appreciate you guys all hanging out. More Forest, maybe more Forest, I don't know. We've got that saved in our back pocket just hanging out. But, yeah, guys, thank you all for hanging out. We appreciate you guys all hanging out, tuning in. And thank you for your patience while we worked on this roof situation. You know, there was a lot under there that we had to comb through, and we really appreciate you guys being patient while we did this the 100%, the full way. So thank you for that. Thanks for tuning in as always, and I'll see you guys on Thursday.